Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. So it's all over at the Emirates, and as sure as night follows day, Arsenal beat Tottenham in the North London derby. Arsenal 3, Spurs 1 at the end of the game, on the day where Hugo Lloris decided to turn into Massimo Taibi and Emerson Royal lost his head. They made it easy for Arsenal today, but to be fair to Arsenal, they dominated the game and they remain top of the league. Can Arsenal go on and win the league this season? We'll discuss that a little bit later on in this video. But today, going into this game, Arsenal Spurs, North London derby, you're thinking both teams in the league pretty close together. You know, this is going to be a difficult game. Arsenal had a walk in the park, apart from a small period in the first half where Spurs looked good on the counter-attack. Their final ball should have been a lot better. It wasn't. Arsenal absolutely dominated this game. Yes, they were helped by the fact that Hugo Lloris had a mare, and of course Emerson Royal lost his head, but Arsenal deserved that victory and Spurs just weren't good enough. Now we'll get stuck into it right about now, but before we do, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, liking, commenting, sharing, all that jazz. Remember, I said I'm going to be reacting to more football than just Manchester United, and maybe on the weekend when there's Premier League football, United play on Saturday, I'll react to another game on a Sunday, and vice versa. Remember, we'll be reacting to United City game tomorrow, where hopefully United will be getting a result against City, and probably going and doing Arsenal fans a favour, or at least they'll think we are. Anyway, as I said, let's get stuck in. The game started with Arsenal dominating, pressing high up the pitch, winning the ball early. They were aggressive, they were on the front foot. Spurs were battling it, they didn't know what to do. If they were going short, they were getting caught out and they were getting straight put under the cosh. If they were going long, they were losing the second balls, they were losing the 50-50s. Arsenal had the perfect start that you would want in a derby. They were on the front foot, they were aggressive, they were in their faces. And then they get the goal through Thomas Partey. Now, if you're just watching this goal on Match of the Day and you see the pass from Ben White and you see the shot from Thomas Partey, you think that's a piece of individual brilliance. It is. It's a great goal by Thomas Partey, but it came after 22 passes, and that was the way the game was going. Spurs weren't aggressive enough. They were sitting off Arsenal. They were allowing them to play the ball, and Arsenal were very, very good on the ball. If you give them the time and the space and you sit off them, they will do that. They will punish you, and they punished Spurs there. But then Arsenal let them off the hook, and it was kind of typical Arsenal. You see Xhaka grabbing everyone together in the goal celebrations, telling everyone to keep their head. Then immediately Spurs have a counter-attack. I say immediately, it was shortly after. Spurs have a counter-attack, go up the other end. Penalties given. Gabriel, poor tackle by him. What are you doing there? Why are you diving in? You know, you got the man in between you and the ball. You know, 99 times out of 100, that's going to result in a penalty. You need to be very lucky to get the ball without giving away a penalty there. You didn't need to dive in. It was a dangerous area, yes, but Spurs weren't really playing well. You know, things weren't going for them. You don't need to dive in there. And you passed, you know, the momentum almost over to Spurs. Harry Kane scores the penalty, his 100th away Premier League goal. No trophies to go with that, but there you go, loads of goals anyway. And he goes over Thierry Henry in the charts in terms of away goals. Incredible record. I'm joking when I talk about Harry Kane. Obviously, one of the best strikers. I'm not joking, he hasn't got no trophy. He really hasn't got any trophies, but you know what I mean. So Harry Kane gets the goal, 1-1. And then Spurs are having this period of play where they're counter-attacking and they're looking really good. But their final ball just isn't there. Now, I feel Kulusevski was injured today. If he's fit, he starts. And I think he finds some of the killer passes. Son, Kane, Richarlison just weren't good enough today. Obviously, Kane scores his goal, but outside of that, I don't think they did enough. Key players for them didn't turn up today. Hugo Lloris then in the second half. You know, Arsenal start off the second half as they did the first half, on the front foot, aggressive in their faces. You know, the first half kind of ended a little bit even after Arsenal started really well. But then the second half, you know, Arsenal come out all guns blazing. And then they gifted a goal. What is Hugo Lloris doing? Obviously a great tribute to Taibi, but what are you doing? It was a shot from Saka across the goal. Decent height, decent pace for the keeper to get that and push that out wide. He pushes it out forward into the feet of Romero. Romero can't judge his feet, just his feet. The ball goes back to Lloris, goes through his body, goes through his arms. Like, you've got to get your body behind the ball. Maybe you could argue you didn't have enough time to adjust that, but it's a simple catch. It's a huge error and a howler by Hugo Lloris to gift Arsenal that goal. Yes, Arsenal were on top, but that is a gift. And Arsenal snapped it up and they said thank you very much. And there was only ever going to be one winner. I think even if Emerson Royal doesn't get sent off, I don't think, I think Spurs would have been very, very lucky to get something out of that game. Emerson Royal, though, did get sent off. And at the time when it happened, I thought, why is Martinelli rolling around? It seemed like just a lazy little, when you're tired and you're running back and you just lift your leg up to show your manager that, look, I'm actually trying to tackle someone, I'm trying to do something. It looked like that. And then when you look at the highlights, it's high up on the leg. It's a horrible tackle, really. And look, maybe in another day he's not sent off, but this is 2022. You're sent off for that. It was a red card. They're down to 10 men, and there was no hope for them from there. The defence fell apart. Martinelli was causing them problems all day. He runs across the box. Eric Dyer goes for a run like Martinelli is his owner and he's the dog just running after him. It was like, where are you going? He runs out of the box almost. Granit Xhaka has the freedom of the 18-yard box to score, and it's poor defending, and it's a mistake by Spurs again in terms of Eric Dyer. But Arsenal again deserving their goal, and I think the pressure that they were putting on them, kind of paid off today. And then they get 3-1. You're thinking this could be absolute murder. Arsenal could be going to the top of the league again and slapping Spurs up 4-5-1. Conte makes loads of changes. I think he's made 5 subs, shores it up a little bit, tries to save any further embarrassment. When you lose 3-1 in a derby with a man sent off and a goalkeeper error, all right, it's not that, you can get away with it a little bit. It could have been 4-5-6. They stopped that from happening. But Arsenal deserved their win today. Martinelli was very, very good. Xhaka, I can't believe he's still there. Saliba, fantastic. I think in that period in the first half where Spurs were having the chances to break, I thought their defence was really poor, but Saliba wasn't. He stood out amongst that defence, and he was really, really good. So Arsenal get the win, and they're top. Can they stay top? I'll keep it short and sweet. I don't think Arsenal are going to stay top of the league. That's not a criticism. I don't think they are targeting winning the league. Look, of course their players are going to say anything can happen and all those kind of things. Fair play. But their target is finishing in the top 4. They've got a very good chance of doing that. Chelsea don't look their usual selves. United are rebuilding. Liverpool don't look their usual selves, who funnily enough they play soon. Spurs, they were in a good position, but I don't think they were performing. I don't think they've been performing all season, and you could argue that this result was coming. I'm glad we didn't get Conte, because when you look at that and you see the way Spurs play, I wouldn't like to see United playing like that. I really wouldn't. But Arsenal, at the moment, going very well. Now, too early to get excited and stuff, but fair play to them, playing some very good football. Gabriel Jesus is leading the line really well. Poacher's goal for him today. But I thought his all-round performance was very good. Got to take more of his chances though. He gets a lot of chances. Today I think he had 3 or 4, could have had a hat-trick. And there was one where it was a great run, and then you got to find that angle. I think that's the thing. Sometimes because he's making the runs, he's falling over when he's shooting and stuff. But yeah, he's been leading the line really well for Arsenal, and Arsenal are going well. Today was a test for them against Spurs, and they overcome it. Now they've got Liverpool next. United plays City tomorrow. I was hoping for a draw today, and Arsenal won't bloody win. Anyway, make sure you're keeping it locked by hitting that subscribe button, liking, commenting, sharing, all that stuff. Let me know who you thought was man of the match. I'm going to go for Saliba. Thought Spurs' best player was Bentancur. I like Bentancur and Romero. I think they're very good players, tidy players. But Spurs weren't good today at all. Arsenal were very good. Got the win they deserved. 3-1, and they're still top of the league. Will they win it? I bloody hope not. See you in a bit.